The U.S. Supreme Court ultimately overturned Roe v. Wade. Some states surrounding Illinois are highly anticipated to implement stricter rules or prohibit abortion altogether.
And that could send women flocking to Illinois. WGN's Dana Rebick has a story from Whiting, Indiana.
In Whiting, Indiana, like much of the country, people are divided when it comes to abortion.
I really do believe that it is a woman's right to choose what she would like to do with her body.
I've had the same opinion my entire life. I've always been against abortion. I am not for abortion.
After the Supreme Court draft opinion on Roe v. Wade was leaked earlier this week, lawmakers across the country have responded. Indiana Republican Governor Eric Holcomb.
I have a hard time being the person that's part of taking of a life. And I'll review the decision that has impact on that.
Currently in Indiana and Wisconsin, abortions are legal up to the 22nd week of pregnancy. But if Roe is overturned, the conservative states could restrict or ban abortions. In March, 100 out of 110 Republicans in the Indiana General Assembly signed this letter asking Governor Holcomb to call a special session to align Indiana laws with the Supreme Court's eventual ruling.
The ifs will be addressed when the actual decision is out. Lots of people have a lot of different opinions on this matter. I'll start to comment on the actual decision when it arrives.
Other Midwestern states like Missouri, Kentucky, and Tennessee have trigger laws in place that would ban abortion outright if Roe is overturned. Iowa and Ohio have post-Roe laws that would ban or restrict some or all abortions if the 1973 decision is struck down.
We are a haven for care in the Midwest. And here at Planned Parenthood of Illinois, we are working to ensure that every patient, no matter where they live, has access to the health care they need and deserve.
If Roe falls, Illinois abortion providers are planning for an influx of 20,000 to 30,000 more patients traveling to the state each year.
I don't necessarily think that that's a stretch of what they're guesstimating.
We've got to be ready to make sure that we say in unequivocal terms that women here in Chicago, but also in the surrounding area, are going to continue to have access to reproductive rights.
Democratic lawmakers here in Indiana have voiced concerns about new abortion restrictions given the Republican supermajority here. The Supreme Court is expected to make a final decision sometime before the end of June. In Whiting, Indiana, Dana Rebick, WGN News.
And look who's